All over the world, women are moving up into management positions. How do they do it? Just ask them.
I really feel that women are more committed, and commitment is one value that we need for progress.
They certainly do their jobs well, and they put a lot of effort in the development of their skills in order to achieve their goals.
Set a plan, keep the passion, be focused, and make it your baby.
While more women are moving into senior management and starting successful enterprises than ever before, it hasn't been, and still isn't, easy.
When we began talking about this as a topic, it was irritation, then perhaps resentment, then grudging acceptance, and now companies are beginning to embrace the fact that actually increasing the number of women in management and in their governance structures makes good business sense.
While there has been progress when it comes to the private sector, women are often not rising higher than positions in middle management. Worldwide, it's estimated just 5% of CEOs are women, and male entrepreneurs outnumber women by as many as 2 to 1. But around the world, more companies and employers' organizations are raising awareness of the qualities women bring to leadership positions, and that is changing attitudes. In Montenegro, Uganda and Fiji, employers and women in business are showing what's possible. Inside many companies, long-standing tradition or a corporate culture that keeps women out of top management positions is hard to get around. The Montenegrin Employers Federation is breaking down the barriers by raising awareness of discrimination against women and promoting equality in the workplace. One of the key approaches has been to emphasize the value women can bring to a business.
In Montenegro, women are more educated. They graduate from universities at a higher percentage than men, and it's simply not financially profitable to ignore the great potential that women possess.
Marina Banovic is a good example. She holds a doctorate in international human resources and is one of Montenegro's most prominent businesswomen. As Chief Operating Officer of Societe Generale Bank, Marina leads the bank's human resources, IT, purchasing and facilities management departments. Marina recognizes the value of the Employer Federation's contribution in raising the profile of women in business and management.
I would say that the issue of women in business has been discussed much more in the past few years. And one of the initiators of that was the Employers Federation. Now, the ball is in the court of the companies, institutions, and society in general to secure a framework and then put good practices to work.
Supported by the ILO, the MEF developed 3 brochures to promote equality and prevention of discrimination at work. A summary of the legal framework, a practical guide for employers on how to integrate non-discrimination into their daily business practice, and a summary of the guiding principles on equality. The brochures were distributed throughout the Montenegrin business community and at a national conference organised by the MEF in cooperation with the ILO and the Ministries of Labour and of Human Rights. The MEF is planning seminars and training events to spread the message further, actively encouraging companies to take their own initiatives to promote equal opportunity in the workplace. The principles are resonating with employers.
We believe that diversity is the source of creativity, the source of different viewpoints, new ideas, and all that actually is the essence of any kind of progress or continuity towards progress.
Dorothy Nabasirye is the Human Resources Manager of an international company near Kampala, Uganda. After going through the Female Future Programme, a skills training and networking project organised by the Federation of Ugandan Employers, she became much more confident at work.
My industry is a male-dominated industry. So these are people who are looking at you and thinking, hey, who is this talking? But after FFP, no. I sit down, I put my issues together, and I go present my proposal. And you can imagine most of my proposals are sailing through easily compared to before joining FFP.
Through networking and skills training in leadership, self-presentation, and serving on a board of directors, participants in the Female Future Programme learn how to move up and into senior management roles.
We are lucky enough to have got that program in Uganda, the Female Future Programme, which really exposes women on how they can build their confidence so that when they get into positions of management, they are able to move to the next ladder without any obstructions. Of course, the obstructions will be there, but this program equips them on how to maneuver around these obstacles and get to where they want to be.
Ruth ZIRABA is general manager of a children's home. She says FFP taught her more self-awareness, more self-control, and how to deal more effectively with her emotions. These are skills she uses at work every day.
I feel more confident now, even when making decisions or taking on discussions. Because I have a base, I'm sure that if I take this approach, it will give results, which I didn't have before.
Of more than 50 businesswomen who have gone through the Female Future Programme, half of them have moved up to more senior positions inside or outside their companies. A third now serve on boards of directors of other Ugandan enterprises, and that is benefiting the employees' organisation.
Previously, we had seen that there were no women in leadership positions among our membership. But now we are seeing more and more of them getting into leadership positions, getting onto boards, which is a good achievement for the companies and for the country at large.
Women in Fiji who start their own businesses are getting a boost from the Women's Entrepreneurship Business Council, a new initiative from the Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation supported by the ILO. Entrepreneurs like Connie, the founder and publisher of Explore Fiji, a quarterly publication targeted at tourists and Fiji's expat community. The WEBC helped her bring business practice to the next level.
I went through a financial management workshop with other members, and it's allowed me to have access and knowledge about certain financial systems which I did not know about or knew very little about.
Wati Tubuyakona started her home catering business with $80 14 years ago. In the past 2 years, it had $1 million in turnover. Membership in the WEBC helped her connect with other entrepreneurs and policymakers.
What I like about WEBC, it reaches out because it's quite difficult for a woman, single, to have a voice heard. So to come together in an association that has no barriers, that reaches out, we have a stronger voice to get the government to hear our voice and to support us.
The Council also supports women in the informal economy, such as street market vendors, advising them on legislation, taxes, and licensing for their businesses, helping them move into the formal sector.
The role of WEBC for women is basically to develop them, whether it's a personal development to ensure that they gain their self-confidence, whether they need to improve on packaging, how to market, and that's something we've done. We've provided them the training that we believe they need.
Howard POLITINI is the president of the Employers Federation. There's no doubt in his mind about the power and potential of women in business.
Well, I think you've got to recognize the spirit of entrepreneurship is not an exclusive domain for anybody. It's not for just men, for example. It's a domain that's for entrepreneurs, and women are great entrepreneurs. Our women are ready to come really to the line and be competitors with what's largely been a male domain.
Change is possible. Around the world, more employers are encouraging women to move up into senior management, and more women are finding the support they need to start and run their own businesses successfully. There are specific steps employers can take to go further.
In terms of company initiatives, there are a number of things companies can and are already doing. One is to actually start from the perspective of committing themselves publicly to taking action in this area.
Besides setting targets for increasing the number of talented women in senior management, companies can disclose where women are in their companies and outline their track for larger roles, identify the needs of the company and offer leadership training to women to meet those needs, encourage networking and sponsorship initiatives, and review their own internal policies to see if they are family-friendly, and provide talented women with the opportunity incentive to move up the executive ladder.
The entire environment should help forming such a framework within which women could carry out their professional role in a good way For example, by helping women achieve a balance between their numerous functions in society, in their families, or at work, so that they can professionally express themselves to the extent they deserve.
I think that as women, we should begin supporting each other. We should begin supporting each other through conferences, for example, and workshops, sharing experiences, learning from each other, learning from women who have already been there, and learning from their experiences. What did they do? How did they overcome all the obstacles?
The most important thing employers can do to encourage and empower women is to overcome stereotypes about gender. Improving company policy and day-to-day practice to give women and men the same opportunities makes good business sense. Talented women all over the world are more than ready to meet the challenge.
My advice to women is to have a goal and work the goal. Most times we dream. Dream is free, it doesn't matter. But it will always remain a dream if you don't work it. You have to work it. Business is not easy. It's not something that comes in a golden plate. It is something that you'll have to work, you'll have to persevere.